right? So we got Marvin Vettori versus Paulo Costa. So right off the, just right from the beginning, what do you think about Paulo Costa being 212 pounds 2 days before his fight at 185 pounds?
I think it's deplorable, despicable, and unacceptable. It's not like I said, like we were speaking earlier, it's not like the fight was short notice. Matter of fact, you knew who you were fighting before. You knew who you were fighting months before camp even started.
Right.
So you mean to tell me you had that time to get in shape? You had the whole camp to get in shape, and you coming, what was it, 27 pounds overweight?
27 pounds.
And you notice his attitude, it's like it's nothing. Like, I've never seen a fighter do that before. Like, it's like, oh yeah, whatever. It's like, bro, like, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, bro.
And he wanted more money from the UFC at one point.
Bro, what is going on right now?
And he just lost his championship fight, so it's not like he's some born winner. Izzy just embarrassed you.
No, but I just don't understand the 27 pounds over. It's like
that's two divisions.
Yeah, it's like you a middleweight. You wanted to be you fight at middleweight, so you lose that middleweight. Wait, what are you doing, bro?
Yo,
like 20. Imagine fighting somebody 27 pounds higher than you, bro. I'm like 167 right now. So that means I'll be fighting someone like 185. And imagine that shit.
No, you said you 167?
Yeah.
167. You'd be fighting someone in the 190s, bro.
Bro.
You'd be fighting someone like 194, 195. So like,
and of course, Vettori is up there in weight, of course. But nonetheless, it doesn't matter, man. Where's the professionalism?
Like, listen, I understand sometimes it gets hard and maybe it's 3 pounds. You got close. You tried, you got close. Sometimes women, they have different issues just because they have menstruals and stuff like that. I get it. Or you got injured and I'm 5 pounds over. But 27 pounds is a big deal. That means you were never close to begin with. If you're 27 pounds over right now, I'm guessing he was about 40 pounds over at the beginning of camp.
But you don't think he did that? You don't think he did that to gain a little advantage? What you think?
I don't think he did it to gain like an advantage. I think he did it because he just didn't put the work in, and he probably overindulges on the food. And look at him, he's a very muscular guy. At the end of the day, he's a very muscular and he's a little older, so that weight's not coming off like it used to.
How old is he?
I think he's nearing his 30s, but when you're in your 20s and you're in your early 20s, it might come off a little bit earlier. But when you're 30 and that muscle really sets, that muscle ain't, setting a little bit more. It's not, it's there now. That's his frame, that's his build. He put all that time into being built like an Adonis. Now he's built like an Adonis, and that weight's not going to come off to get the 185. Unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be that good at 205. Because he has muscle, but he doesn't have the frame. And you want to know what? I want to say something. I want to say this right now. People used to always get at John Jones for being too big for the division when he fought at light heavyweight. People got at Israel, Adesanya for being too big for middleweight because they're tall and lanky. But John Jones has never, ever missed weight or have come close to missing weight one time.
Yeah. And Adesanya was underweight when he fought Blachowicz.
Yeah, when he fought Blachowicz, he was underweight. Yeah. And he fights at middleweight. Israel walks around at 195. He's probably more closer to 200 now, but he's in that 195 to 200 range, and he's fighting at middleweight. Why are you 212 pounds 2 days before a fight?
Yeah, and the thing with Izzy, I can see Izzy. I think Izzy stays active like every week. I don't think he just. Yeah. I think he always trains, so he always has. He's always in shape. You know what I mean?
Right. But people get at these taller, lankier fighters for being "quote unquote" too big for the division. That at the end of the day, they're making the weight. They're never ever not even close to making the weight. John Jones, when he was fighting at 205, he got down to I want to say 217-ish when he fought Dominic Reyes, the week of the fight. So he's getting down in the beginning of the week. He's only about, 12 to 14 pounds away. You're double that weight. That's just not acceptable to be 27 pounds over. And like I said, I don't think Paulo Costa is going to do good at 205 because he's winning because he's bigger than everyone at 185 and he's stronger than everyone at 185. When he goes up to 205, he's going to have those muscles, but he doesn't have the frame. Like you look
Reyes.
you look good. The frame, like the frame of Reyes. Look at, the build of his shoulders. Look at the build of Jerry. You look at the build of Jan Blachowicz. The frame is different. He just has, muscles.
Yo, that's interesting because I just thought about something. Something just occurred to me just now that like building a crazy amount of muscle could actually work against you in the long run, right? So you could be, because if your height and frame is built to be around 170, 180, and you force your muscles, steroids and all that, steroids and all that, and now you're like 220, 230. Now you squeeze it down to 185. Okay, boom, that's cool. But eventually you're not gonna be able to do that. So if you force yourself, now if you're then forced to fight in the higher division, it's gonna work against you because now you're fighting against people who naturally, you talk about people who naturally, even though they might not be muscular, their frame is naturally as big as
your muscles.
Like a Costa, like naturally, not even strong. They could be like kind of flabby, but their frame is naturally as big as Costa. You know what I'm saying? So I think that could work against you. Like it's cool, but if you can't keep doing it, look what even happened to Figueiredo. This motherfucker be damn near about to die when it's fight time.
I agree with that. You know what? A good example of that was actually when Jan Blachowicz fought Luke Rockhold. Luke Rockhold is a former 185 champ. He went up to 205 and he looked extremely muscular and vascular and jacked, basically. Jan looked like Jan. But when you put them together, Jan still looked like the bigger man and he hit like the harder man because that's just his frame.
And you think about it too, because now you're in limbo. Because now you can't go to a higher division because you're gonna get bodied, but your body is getting older and you can't maintain that weight. So it's like, damn.
And that's one thing. Paul Felder, he's a commentator and UFC he retired, former UFC lightweight contender. His biggest speech, right before he retired, or his advice was get your weight in check. And he's telling the young fighters that when you start cutting that amount of weight, you actually mess up your metabolism. When you're making those big cuts, you're messing up your metabolism and you can only do it so many times. And I think Paulo's running into that problem right now to where he's made that 30-pound cut so many times. His body's like, nah, dog, we ain't doing this again.
Hold on. Okay, go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
And I just think about Paulo Costa at 205, and I just think, okay, what if we had a Jack Paulo Costa against like the likes of John Jones? John Jones would manhandle him at every position. That muscle really doesn't help you the way you think it's gonna help you.
Yeah, or against who's that? Remember that African fighter? He's African, but when he started speaking, the dude speak just like me and you. We was like surprised at it.
Yeah. A couple of weeks ago. A couple of months ago.
I forgot his name. I think he's from Cameroon. Imagine him versus Costa. Look at that size difference. He couldn't do nothing with that man.
I agree. And it's just now what are you gonna say?
Okay, so I mentioned something about steroids. You ain't say nothing. So what you think? You don't think Costa's on steroids or something, or what? What you think about steroid use and all that?
Oh, Costa, I don't know. He's probably dabbled in them. I don't ever want to throw accusations out to another athlete about steroids, just because I don't know. Until he gets caught, I really can't say anything. I can't judge until he gets caught. Once he gets caught and it's safe, then yeah. But I don't know. Listen, at the end of the day, now when Costa goes up to those higher divisions, he's gonna have to start fighting off his skill. I'm really not sure how good he is on the ground. I believe he has a black belt in BJJ, but I've really never seen him use it. when I look at his striking, everything is more of an explosive style, and he's not really defensive. Because, we look at the Israel Adesanya fight, his defense was not there. So his best defense is his offense. And honestly, I'm not sure if his offense is really that good. I just think he uses his explosiveness and his power to intimidate the guys who are a little bit smaller than him. So he's sort of like the bully of 185. Because he fought Yoel Romero, someone equally as jacked, and Yoel was in his face the whole time. And this is a man who's, 16 years older than you, 15 years older than you. Marvin, he may be a lot of things, but the kid ain't no punk. I don't think he's going to be intimidated by Costa. I think he's going to be right in his face the whole time. I think Marvin might actually even submit Costa.
I got Costa with the body, bro. I'm sorry. With all that being said, highly unprofessional. You're not going to be able, I don't think you're going to be able to put in work in the higher division. I got Costa putting hands on that boy. From what I've seen Marvin do to Kevin is Marvin is not good with the hands. Kevin was Kelvin.
No,
Kevin Holland.
Kevin Holland. Yeah, you're right.
Holland was piecing him up. What I seen you against Adesanya was doing whatever he wanted with you. And when you did have him on the cage, you didn't do anything with it. So I don't even know if I can even put that. Yes, you might be a wrestler, but I don't give you that badge. If you're not putting in work when you got control, no, you don't get that wrestler respect. What are you gonna do with what is he gonna do with Costa? Real talk. From what Costa had a bad showing against Izzy. Yes, it wasn't good, but it's still Costa. Costa. You've seen what happened with him and Yoel Romero. Yeah, yes, Yoel Romero was 16 years old.
As a split decision now.
Bro, you've seen he's 16 years above him, correct. Yeah, I get that. It was still a crazy ass fight, man.
Yeah, it was a dog war. It was a dog fight.
We've never seen Marvin in a fight like that.
But Marvin's also a proven winner. So at the end of the day, you really can't knock him. He's a proven winner. And at the end of the day, you're comparing Costa to Israel Adesanya. You're comparing him to Israel Adesanya, a fighter with 100 fights. His striking is on a different level than everyone in the UFC. You're comparing him to someone who has the best striking in the UFC. Holland, he's another technique striker. Costa is not a technique-built type of striker. He's more of a power type of striker. So...
Bro, Holland does not have good technique, bro. Have you seen that dude
his striking, his punching, yes. His striking is crisp. His timing is impeccable. So
he's a technical. You call Holland a technical fighter? I seen him throw punches like this, bro.
When he's being, when he wants to be technical,
he has a crispy 1-2 and a jab.
Yeah. There you go. Like when he wants to be technical, he could be technical. I think the thing is reining Kevin in. Sometimes he does a little bit too much. He does have the techniques. I think his biggest problem, Kevin Holland's biggest problem is just reining in all the extra flashiness and all the extra, extra things that he does. He does have great technique. I just don't see Costa, because when I look at Costa and I was watching him hit pads, he was doing the one thing I hate the most, which is the good old hand walking. And I think that's going to be his demise, dropping that front hand. Listen, is Marvin going to knock him out? I don't think so. I think Marvin's probably going to put him on the ground and submit him. Those big muscles take oxygen. Getting up from the ground 5-6 times is going to be tiring. I got Marvin by submission.
So when Costa is coming at Marvin like a Viking warlord, what is Marvin going to do? We've never seen Marvin on that type of pressure, right? And his striking is not trash. His striking is trash. What does his wrestling do? Seriously, what does he do when he had? Huh?
I think even
Holland.
He's gonna wrap Paulo Costa up, bro. I think he's gonna wrap Paulo Costa up.
Listen, bro, Holland has horrible ground game. He couldn't. How did that fight end, by the way?
That was the one where Kevin just sort of got. I think he just got wrestled for like a decision loss.
And that's Kevin Holland, known for his horrible wrestling skills, bro. And you couldn't submit him, but he gonna submit Costa?
But Kevin Holland, I think I think he's ranked in BJJ pretty high. I think he has a black belt. So you can get him on the ground, but you can't really do nothing with him on the ground. You feel me?
That's true. It's actually
Go say what you're gonna say, Brody.
It's actually fun to see Kevin Holland on the ground. Like he has crazy defense on the ground. It's weird. It's like
that's the weird. You can put him on the ground and you can win on points. And that's what Marvin was doing. It's like I could hold Kevin against the cage. I can win on points. Similar with Derek Brunson. I could put him on the ground and I could lay on top of him. I can't really do much for him. I can't go for these submissions because he's a high-level BJJ person, but I could lay in him for 15 to 25 minutes, and that's going to give me the easy check and the W.
Yeah.
And like I said, I really haven't seen Paulo Costa utilize his skills on the ground just because he's never really needed to because he's so explosive.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just happy that this fight's taking place because
it's an interesting matchup, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like I can't explain. It's like because I was rooting against Marvin for the Izzy fight, and I was actually rooting against Marvin now. So I actually want Marvin to win, believe it or not. I think Costa's gonna win, but I want Marvin to win. When I see bullshit Costa did, I'm like, nah, Marvin. Because honestly, I like seeing because he's so delusional. I wanted to see like Costa like beat his ass up and like see his face.
But Costa is equally as delusional.
Yeah, they but he didn't think he beat Izzy though.
Yeah, true. But he did make like
different type of delusional.
But listen, it's the king of delusional versus the king of excuses. One guy saying he was drunk before the fight and that's why he lost, or my leg hurt, or this and that. And one guy getting completely outclassed the whole fight. So you got the king of excuses versus the king of delusional. I want the king of delusional to win this one, Marvin Vettori.
It's such an interesting fight. Like I'm actually looking forward to it. What's the rest of the card looking like? Anything interesting, notable?
I didn't even really look at the rest of the card, to be honest with you. But I think that was sort of like the main thing. There might be some other good fights. I'll check it out real quick. You got Alex Caceres. He's a pretty well-known fighter. He's fighting. Francisco Trinaldo's fighting versus the White Grant. That's pretty noticeable. The main event, the co-main is Grant Dawson versus Rick Glenn. So it's really nothing crazy on this card, to be honest with you.
Crazy.
But no, you got Conor Worthy versus Jai Herbert. But these be the cards where you get those knockouts actually on the cards that don't got nothing crazy. These be the ones where you get the knockout of the year. Just two normal people.
It'd be the punky cards,
Yeah. So
nonetheless, I got Costa. Who you got?
I got Vettori just because I think Vettori he might be arguably the second best in that division. We got to see him against Robert Whittaker. Because there's Izzy, number one, obviously, Robert Whittaker, and then it's like Vettori, Costa,
he beat Kelvin?
I think Vettori beat Kelvin, if I remember correctly.
Really? I don't think Marvin is that fire, man. Like, you said you got him 2 in the division? I got Cannonier over Marvin, bro.
No, and Cannonier's up there. That's why I said maybe 2. Did he fight?
I keep forgetting that the middleweight division isn't really that crazy.
Yeah, it's really. Did Marvin fight Kelvin? Because I don't want to misspeak.
Yo, I wonder if they'll give Marvin to Alex Pereira, if he beats Costa. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, so that was my mistake. He never fought Kelvin, but he fought
Kelvin will beat that ass, bro.
Kelvin is underrated.
I got
definitely
Kelvin.
Underrated. Oh yeah, I want Kelvin to fight Costa too.
That'll be a wild fight.
Because listen, Kelvin got a chin on him. Kelvin, I think his boxing's too crisp for Costa. I think Kelvin will get in on Costa. The thing is, he just can't beat the people to get to, Costa or Vettori.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What you think? You think they'll give Alex Pereira to Marvin if he beats Costa?
They're gonna give him a easier fight to begin with.
That's Marvin. Marvin is not good with the hands, bro. Alex Pereira will body that boy with the hands. I can't say that. That was ignorant for me to say because I've never seen Alex in a cage before. So they're gonna feed him. They're gonna give him
a favorable matchup. They're going to match him up against strikers. So he could strike his way to the belt. They're not going to put him against somebody looking to ground upon him. To be honest, though, I don't know. Marvin Vettori might... I think I misspoke again. Marvin Vettori might get a little bit lower because we got Cannonier. That's a good fight. There's a lot of good fights in middleweight division.
That's an interesting fight. It's a lot of interesting fights.
Yeah. And I like it because, like, we all know that Izzy's the best, right? But y'all could fight for number 2. You know, you got Robert Whittaker, you got Cannonier, you got Costa, you got, who else do we got in that division? Kelvin Gastelum. I was a big hater before, but now I'm a fan. We got blonde hair Brunson.
Oh, no.
We got blonde hair Brunson.
He is not number 2, bro.
He's not number 2. But
why are you a fan of Brunson right now? What happened?
I'm a fan of blonde hair Brunson.
Oh, no, I can't say that because that last fight, I like his ground and pound.
He keeps winning. Like, after he got beat by Izzy, he fought a couple people where I was like, I don't really care if he wins or he loses. And then he fought some more people and he kept winning. Now he's on a 5-fight win streak. How are you not a fan of blonde hair Brunson?
No, I don't like his striking. I don't like the way he moves. He has awkward movement.
He does.
I just don't like it.
But he just got a coach. He just got a head coach. So those kinks are going to get straightened out. Because his striking was not that good.
Abysmal.
But he got that coach. He dyed his hair blonde. He looks like a new fighter. I'm on the blonde hair Brunson bandwagon. He's fighting your boy Cannonier next. Before, I would have said
Cannonier.
I would have said Cannonier 10 times out of 10. But blonde hair Brunson's making me think it's going to be, he has a 30% chance to be.
He is not taking him down, bro. He is not taking Cannonier down.
Why don't you believe in blonde hair Brunson?
No. I was going to say this. Watching him, who did he fight last? Till. Watching him ground pound Till, it got me. I'm like, oh shit, this is new. Because that's what kind of made me not like him. I'm like, you got Kevin Holland on the ground, but you're not doing shit. I'm like, yo, bro, come on, man.
You see the improvements.
Yeah, I was like, damn, he ground pounding. But, so I was rocking with him. I don't dislike him anymore. But, bro, you're not taking Cannonier down. I'm not even trying to say that to even violate. Right. You can't take him down. It's Cannonier. I haven't even seen Cannonier getting taken down. He's too big.
Yeah, Cannonier is a dog. I'm not saying he's not. He's spectacular. He's the dark horse of the division. I think he knocks out Costa. I think he gives Marvin Vettori a run for his money. He gave Robert Whittaker a good fight. Even though Robert Whittaker broke his forearm in that fight, he still was giving it to Robert Whittaker at the end of it. But, like I said, blonde hair Brunson is making me a believer.
Bro, you think he could take Cannonier down? And keep him down? And ground pound him Cannonier?
Listen.
Because it's not going to do no, because the thing of Cannonier is like I like Cannonier. He's like a jack of all trades, master of none. So he's like an all-around fighter. So his striking is like decent, but he's just very, very technical. He's very technical with it. Yeah. So if it's there, I think Brunson is over with. I just can't see it getting taken to the ground, bro.
I don't want Brunson to come out too hungry for the takedown because Cannonier's gonna sniff it out. He has to at least play the striking game for a little bit, just enough to clinch him up against the cage. But Cannonier,
up against the cage, Cannonier.
It's not easy. Like I said,
Brunson. Gastelum couldn't do it, but Cannonier is gonna do it.
Listen, I know,
but Brunson is gonna do it, but not Gastelum.
Brunson's a little bit bigger than Gastelum. A little bit stronger. Yeah. Okay. Brunson got some wide. Listen, we all know Gastelum could be at 170.
Oh yeah, that's a fact, bro. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Brunson's a little bit bigger, and I think he's been going for the takedown a little bit more, where Gastelum has been training with, just to bang and strike out. Listen, black hair Brunson, I think, loses 10 times out of 10 to Cannonier. 10 times out of 10. I'll say 11 times out of 10. He loses to Cannonier. But blonde hair Brunson is making me believe it's a 30% chance. It's a 30% chance. If I'm putting money on it, I think it's coming up real soon. I think want to say it's in November or December. It's soon. That's
an interesting fight. See, that middleweight has some interesting ass. Let's end this, bro. Let's end it. So listen, I got Costa. Who you got?
I got Vettori.
You got Vettori. All right, we're gonna see. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And if you disagree with anything we say, and what you like to say, like you said, you like disagreements, right, Malik?
Yeah, disagree with us. If you want to disagree with us, you could disagree with us. We could argue the points. We could comment whatever you want. We'll argue those facts too, or whatever you want to say. We'll respond to all of it.
We with the smoke. Tell them, Malik. We with the smoke. Tell them that.
We here for the smoke. We here for the smoke.
All right, like, share, and subscribe. We'll catch y'all later. All right, what's the next thing we're